Can we separate vampire history from folklore? Imagine a creature that has haunted human imagination for centuries, blending fact and fiction so seamlessly that telling them apart feels almost impossible. That's the challenge with vampires. Their story begins in folklore, especially in Eastern Europe, where stories of undead beings reflected fears about death, disease, and social tensions. These early tales described vampires as reanimated corpses that caused sickness and misfortune, leading communities to develop rituals like placing garlic, crosses, and wooden stakes around graves to keep them at bay. These stories were passed down orally, shaped by cultural beliefs and superstitions, and served as explanations for mysterious deaths or illnesses. But the line between vampire folklore and history gets blurry when real events and figures come into play. For example, stories about Vlad the Impaler, a 15th-century ruler known for his brutal methods, inspired later vampire legends. His reputation for cruelty and bloodshed fed into myths about blood-drinking monsters. Similarly, the infamous Elizabeth Bathory, a Hungarian noblewoman accused of killing many young women, became a real-life figure linked to vampire-like stories of bloodlust. During the 18th century, fears of vampires led to exhumations and executions in Central Europe, showing how societal fears about death and disease fueled hysteria rooted in folklore. As vampire stories moved into literature and popular culture, they gained new layers. Writers like John Polidori and Bram Stoker took elements from folklore and history, creating more complex characters. These stories introduced themes of immortality, beauty, and tragedy, transforming the vampire from a simple monster into a symbol of desire and fear. This evolution made it harder to separate the myth from the historical roots, because each new version added more detail, blending fact with fiction. In urban legends and conspiracy theories, vampire myths often symbolize deeper fears. Some believe they encode anxieties about outsiders or disease spreading. Others see vampire stories as allegories for secret societies or hidden knowledge, with blood and immortality representing power and control. These ideas show how vampire legends reflected societal fears and hidden social dynamics, making them more than just stories. They become symbols of cultural anxieties. So, can we truly separate vampire history from folklore? Not entirely. The history of vampires is built on stories passed down through generations, shaped by cultural fears and social realities. Historical figures and events influenced these stories, and in turn, the folklore shaped how people viewed history and death. The vampire myth exists at a crossroads of history, myth, and cultural imagination, making it impossible to fully entangle one from the other. Each layer adds to the mystery, showing how stories evolve and reflected the fears and hopes of the societies that create them.